You know, what I think makes the Asian Gardens iconic, when people think about Iowa, they don't think about Asian people. They kind of assume it's a very rural, majority white population. But really what I think is unique about Iowa, what's unique about Des Moines, is that we do actually have a very diverse population. The Robert Ray Asian Gardens was first donated by the Iowa Chinese Center of America. And the idea behind it was that, it really wanted to acknowledge kind of both Robert Ray and his contributions to the state and what he did to welcome the refugees here, but also kind of give a very visual, significant monument here in Iowa to the Asian community. So it's a whole spectrum. It really doesn't seem specific to one demographic. So it's everyone from the Thai Dam to Vietnamese to Laotian to Chinese. In the 1970s, especially with the Vietnam War going on in Southeast Asia, not only were the Vietnamese people displaced, but also several different demographics and people around them as well. And so during that time, a lot of people were trying to find where could they go. There was a communist regime taking over. At the same time, their homes were being torn down, their families were dying in the war. And so, Robert Ray had seen, especially after the war, that these people had nowhere to go. The Vietnamese people didn't have anywhere to go, but particularly the Thai Dam people, who were in the northern part of Vietnam, were just stuck and displaced. And so, after he had received a letter from them and also had seen a documentary just regarding kind of their plight, he decided the state of Iowa should be one of the places, and the government here should be one of the places to kind of welcome these refugees and bring them here. So that was kind of the start of a really big humanitarian movement and how Iowa kind of became a leader of accepting a lot of these Southeast Asian refugees. At that time, a lot of states were kind of reluctant to allow in refugees. It wasn't popular with the general population. A lot of people were worried that, jobs would be taken. The Vietnam War was a very disliked move. There was just a lot of negative sentiments. And so I think a lot of people were just trying to move away from that. And American patriotism in general at that time was at an all-time low. But I think one of the things that Robert Ray saw was, one of the most American things that you could do is try to welcome these people who needed help and to try to make a home and to make a welcoming space. They've made such a difference in the state, and I think the Asian Garden really is just a kind of nice, very public monument that shows that. In Iowa, a lot of us know Robert Ray's story. That we know the narrative of how welcoming he was to the refugees and the humanitarian movement that he did. And that's why we've got the Robert Ray Asian Gardens. One of the things that I've been kind of thinking about exploring, though, is, especially since it's such an iconic and visible Asian landmark, is, would it be kind of worthwhile to explore maybe having it named after one of the Asian leaders or one of the refugees who also kind of helped move the refugees to Iowa? Because that journey in itself, it truly was difficult for them to kind of assimilate, to learn English, to get jobs. A lot of them worked in meatpacking plants and just had to really struggle and kind of make their way here in Iowa. And especially in the Thai Dam community, there were leaders that stood out that helped their people and their groups kind of make their way, make their lives in Iowa. So, I love Robert Ray's story. I think it's great. I think it's truly Iowan, but I think with such a visible landmark like the Asian Gardens, I think it would be really interesting and unique as well to kind of acknowledge the Asian community themselves and name it after, either a leader or a nonprofit in there.